the Republican-led House has advanced a stopgap bill to keep the federal government funded through the end of September. It was a nearly party line vote with just one Republican voting no and just one Democrat voting yes. Earlier this morning, we spoke with 16th District Congressman Darren LaHood, one of the 216 Republicans who supported the short-term spending plan.
I wish we could have done it through the regular appropriations process, but we didn't get our work done on time. So this allows us to continue funding through September 1st and allow us to work on a lot of the economic initiatives that President Trump ran on.
The bill now heads to the U.S. Senate, where Republicans will need support from at least 7 Democratic people or lawmakers to survive a filibuster.
Now that the government funding bill has been passed out of the House, we send it to the Senate, and it falls on the desk of Chuck Schumer. He is the leader of the Democrats on that side, and he must determine whether he wants to fund the government, do the responsible thing, or whether he wants to shut the government down.
Between the budget battle in Congress and executive actions from the White House, there is a lot going on in D.C. and things are changing fast. To talk through it all, we are reaching out to some of our elected officials. And as we mentioned, we spoke with Republican Congressman Darren LaHood earlier this morning. Joining me now is Congresswoman Delia Ramirez, who represents Illinois' 3rd Congressional District. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Okay, as we know, the CR to fund the government, an extension passed containing some big cuts. What are your concerns about this spending measure, and will Senate Democrats try to filibuster?
First, let me tell you that Republicans have had the leadership and the gavel for over 2 years, and they've had the opportunity in the last few weeks to work with us to actually pass a spending bill that honors our commitments to the American people. This excuse that we ran out of time, Johnson decided not to negotiate with us. This bill, unfortunately, though, is not a clean resolution bill that's going to fund the government. In fact, it's a clean-ish bill that the ish part cuts veteran benefits, that the ish part cuts SNAP benefits, that the ish part cuts housing subsidies, leaving over 32,000 people to be evicted under this time, because it would go through September 30th. It would devastate us. And Dana, right now, the Senate has to decide, are they going to give Donald Trump a slush fund bill? That's what this budget would be for him, to, in essence, destroy many of these agencies that we depend on, like the VA, like HUD, and like so many others? Or are we going to actually pass a short-term resolution of 3-4 weeks that allows for Republicans and Democrats to actually negotiate a spending bill that's going to protect benefits for the American people and not decimate the things that we need?
Have any Republicans, though, indicated they are willing to reach across the aisle? I mean, many of them are intent on making sure that the president's agenda, is furthered.
I mean, reality is that yesterday in the morning, there were a number of them who said, I can't vote for this CR. First of all, it's not a clean CR. Let's be completely honest. But number two, many of them have said, I will never vote for a continuing resolution. Constituents send us to actually pass budgets. This is not a budget. But then, of course, got a call from Trump, got a call from Elon, got a call from Johnson, threatening them to vote for it. There was one courageous Republican that stood with us. But now I think the question's in the Senate. Is the Senate going to do the responsible thing and ensure that there's no government shutdown by actually passing a short-term 4-week continued clean resolution that gives us enough time to actually pass an actual budget?
Okay.
Or are Republicans going to send us into a shutdown that will devastate the entire nation?
Well, the Republicans will say if the Dems don't vote for it, then the Dems are sending everybody into a shutdown. But let's move on. There's been some criticism kind of along these lines against Democrats in Congress on not doing enough to challenge some of the actions and decisions coming from the White House. For instance, a lot of talk but no action. Is there a strategy plan happening among Democrats in Congress, to try to bring back any sort of power balance beyond the CR?
Well, this is the moment where we have to actually have the courage and the ability to stand together and say, this resolution that would go through September 30th would give Donald Trump the authority to, in essence, shut down entire agencies,
but
Department of Education and HUD. And so the courage right now, Dana, is to actually hold the line. Democrats have to be together, because otherwise these tariffs, these trade wars will continue to increase, and we will have no leverage left for us in this moment.
So when you say that that's the strategy to stay together, that means that it'll be party line versus party line, or will there be something more done? I mean, even if you're talking about a First Amendment challenge, right? I mean, is there going to be more action taken to actually, instead of speaking out against some of his initiatives, actually do something about them? Because, you know, we hear a lot of criticism, but action seems to be lacking.
That's correct. This is a Republican partisan budget. We must force a budget negotiation that brings Democrats and Republicans to the table. We can't just keep giving them these votes. We continue to give them the votes. This bill, for example, would actually give the president full authority to continue to negotiate out all these tariffs. You're seeing where metal is right now. Canada just said that they're going to put increased tariffs on us. I mean, this is a moment for Democrats to demonstrate that we're not going to be bullied into being blamed for a government shutdown, that Republicans have to wear the jacket because they are the ones that brought us here.
Okay,
the reality is that people want to see more from us, and we have to have the courage, and senators have to have the courage to say, not on my watch will you cut veteran benefits, not on my watch will you cut Social Security. And it means that Republicans are going to have to decide, will they shut down the government because they're unwilling to work with us? And are we going to have the courage to say enough is enough?
So we'll have to see how this plays out over the next few days and potentially weeks, depending on how things go. But again, I was talking about more than just the spending situation. I'm talking about other issues, too, that maybe we can have you back on in the future to discuss. In the meantime, Congresswoman Delia Ramirez, thank you so much for your time this morning. We will be keeping an eye on Capitol Hill.